Fit the runner, boy, you nigga, no question. You would run a motherfucker high stepping. Hey, you never had a big enough weapon. Motherfucker never learned your lesson. I'm a 88 pack nigga. I'm a 88 pack nigga. I mean, day walker, drink blood, fangs out, full moon, motherfucker change like a hoe, nigga. I'm just a nigga from the hood trying to stack a little cheddar for the money.
Yeah, buddy. Yeah, buddy. Lightweight. Lightweight, baby. It's time to bleed. Oh, it's time to bleed. Drew Titan Bronx on deck. Shout out to the mighty LDBC. See, we got a building. Kennard Smiths, good to see you. Dial Big G, G McCall, Robert Singleton, True Boxing Night, Todd Swindle, Gerard Harlem in the building. What's good? Sensei, Stormy B-Man, Acondo, my brother, Showtime Majors, Nitty G, Eric Jordan, Big Joe Townsend, King Bonnie. Good morning. Smash the like button as you come on in. That'd be appreciated. The fuck? Hold on a second. I'm sorry. Okay. Just checking something real quick. You good? King Bonnie, what's good, bro? Now look. I miss you in the chat. Just knowing I love you. I need to cook on this real quick. At first, when I first heard it, I was opposed to it. At first, I was in the thought process that I was coming from the frame of thought that I said, all right, wait, hold on. Bud, slow down. You're doing too much. I know you just whooped on Errol. But wait a minute, man. Big Texas, salute. Wait a minute, bro. You got a rematch coming, and look, I know you're in boxing years, you're a little long in the tooth. All right, let's not just start jumping all over the place so you can secure your bag and just get out of here. And then after the dust settled, then when a few things just came to mind, I said, hold up. Wait a minute. On second thought, Bud could win that. On second thought, Bud could win this. And that's what I want to talk about today. Bud could beat Canelo. What's going on here? Son of Tank, salute. I just threw that picture of Teofimo Lopez down by the crotch area because, you know, he's all cap in attempted sales. Listen, yes, salute. Shout out to Jermaine Ortiz, and this is no shade to him, but I'm just curious to see who, after the final bell rings, however that fight ends, by that Monday or Tuesday, I want to know who pays special attention to those views and the sales and everything else. All the boxing brains out there. I want to know, because I haven't seen Jermaine Ortiz. I know he's in camp. Teach, what's going on? You know, where's the promotion for that fight? I saw one poster. Andrew Gray, what's good? I saw one poster. Where's the promotion for this fight? You know how he's promoting this fight? Trolling Bud Crawford. All right? Where's the lie? Should he not be worried about his fight? Should he not be promoting himself? Should he not be on Instagram jumping rope or something? Teofimo could turn the hell off that rope. I'll give him credit for that. That's dope. But listen, man. You got a whole fight coming up. And Jermaine Ortiz is no slouch. So how do you promote yourself? You're trolling in Bud Crawford's business? All right. If that's what you want to do, bro. Do not go in there with Jermaine Ortiz and lay an egg, man. Don't do that. Because now, people are watching you. Oh, Joe Townsend, I don't know, bro. I don't know. That's a good question. I don't know. I never bothered to ask. That's a good question. I'll find out today. So, all of a sudden, this is a fight I want to see. Marco in the building. What's good?
What up? Chilling.
Good morning.
Yeah.
So, all of a sudden, I was opposed to it because I'm like, man, Bud doing too much. All right, he got an outstanding win against Errol. He looked phenomenal. No excuses. He won that. I knew he had a rematch clause, but then he started talking about Canelo. Rod, what's going on? And I said, man, why? Don't do that. Wait a minute, wait, hold on. You're doing too much. That's like 2 weight classes above you. You ain't got to go there, and damn near 3. So I said, man, what the fuck? And then I was just telling the audience when the dust settled and I thought about it. I said, wait a minute. Bud could actually win that fight. What am I talking about? He could win that fight. First and foremost, I trust Bud if he goes into that fight. Because Bud ain't got no Charlo in him. He ain't got no Charlo in him. I absolutely don't trust those dudes anymore. I absolutely don't trust them. They have not earned my trust. And that's the reality of it. All right? Jamal had mental issues. Now he's back, and I'm still just in the filling out process with him. Jose, what up? It's a filling out process with him because I don't know what we got exactly. And we all watched Jamel do nothing. You're the bigger man with the longer arms, and you let Canelo go upside your head, man. What's wrong with you? That was not the Jamel we were supposed to see, or we thought we could see. Bud even called Jamel out after he beat Errol. And I remember talking about that's the fight to make. Not Canelo, that's the fight to make. And Jamel's in the front row or whatever, talking about, yo, we not in the same weight class. And I'm saying to myself, bro, you 54, stop playing. The fight to make was Jamel versus Bud at that time, right off of the Errol fight. But since you don't want to do that, he got in there with Canelo, laid an egg, and he did nothing. So he did nothing. He did nothing in that fight. I was just sitting there like, come on, bro, do something. He didn't win a moment of that fight.
That was a money grab.
It was a money grab, and that's what I'm saying. It was a goddamn money grab. So I don't trust that dude.
I don't know. I didn't think it was as bad as a lot of people thought, just because of the natural size difference. It's like, you know what? I'm champ at 154. I'm gonna get out of this unscathed, go back down, because he's never done that before, right? He's always fought before that. He's not been a dude where you're like, oh, he's running. He's always been a guy who engaged. So
Right.
I let it slide because it was the first time and it was a uneven match. That's me personally.
He could have done. Mitchell Show, what up? He could have done a lot better.
Of course.
A lot better. And when we went to the presser, was that the first time you saw him up close?
Yes.
At the presser?
Yes.
He's a little bigger in person, isn't he?
Charlo?
Yeah.
He's tall and he has like a couple inches of hair on top of it coming up. Yeah.
But, I sized him up. He had long arms and shit. I said, yo, he got tools here. He got tools.
I mean, to me, what happened was clearly he felt that power and his whole aura and energy changed. And he's like, I'm not getting hit with that. That's what I saw.
I mean, now watch this. Who put in a better effort, Jamel Charlo or Miguel Cotto?
Cotto, of course.
Yeah.
Somebody here said he talked too much shit. He actually didn't talk shit for this build-up at all.
Which was out of character for him.
Yeah, he actually didn't. So that's why some people think maybe he knew he was going to do this the whole time.
Yeah, but I know what Gerard is talking about. He was making when Gerard says he talked shit. He been talking about a Canelo fight for years.
Oh yeah,
for years. And when he finally got it, that's what you give us.
Yeah, it was disappointing, but
yeah, even Miguel's brother, he almost knocked Canelo out.
Yeah, that's the only guy to hurt him.
You know what I'm saying? Brothers UK, salute. Yeah, man. So Jamel been talking for years, and then you finally get your opportunity, and he did nothing in that fight, bro. There was no part of that fight he won because he wasn't active. If Canelo got popped and you felt it, you got to get to the gun. Oh shit! I better put this guy on the back foot and make him think about it. You're in it now. You're in it.
You should have done what Shakur did. Stay away, but at least pop the jab out. Do something. Land something.
He did nothing.
Yeah.
He did nothing. It was 12 rounds of nonsense. And I said, oh shit. Here we go. And I can't trust him. Exactly, Joe. John Ryder had a better output. At least at least John tried to go for it. Jamel didn't even go for it, and he got dropped. So I don't trust him. And this is why I sat back and I looked at it. I rewatched the Cotto fight. Jay, what up? Canelo has not changed at all. He's just fluctuated in weight. Has he gotten stronger? Possibly. He dipped and dabbed in Peds. Texas T, what up? And Jamel really upset me. I don't see that in Bud. Bud is trying to seize every opportunity. And where I said at first, yo, bro, slow down. You jumping up 3 weight classes. I thought about it. First of all, they're the same height. Second of all, it's apparent now that Bud is a lot stronger than we thought. That was a concern going into the Errol fight. I said, man, Errol's a little bigger than him. And Errol found out in the first clinch that wrestling shit paid off. He wasn't bullying Errol like we thought. I said, oh shit.
Yeah, I mean, Errol was not himself fully, but he still was strong. But was still really strong.
I understand. I understand it. And like I said, when I got to the T-Mobile, I was getting phone calls about what was going on.
It was like,
yeah.
I thought Bud was going to win to begin with, so I'm not trying to push a narrative of Errol.
Right.
But there was clearly something a little off. With Errol.
Everyone said that when we was leaving. There was, like I said, Nebraska was in the house, and everyone, I heard it. It was like, yo, we'll take the win, but what the fuck was wrong with Errol? Was he drunk? I said, look.
It turns out, I think the last thing I heard, which makes sense, we hear a lot of things, and you got to piece together all of the things you hear, and then cross-reference it with what you saw. And what I heard was that he was smoking a lot of weed for all the pain, I heard painkillers, but it looked like, and the way his eyes were like, eyelids were real heavy. It looked like he was smoking for pain.
I got a call, and they say EJ got out the truck and looked like he just woke up from a nap.
He looked like that the whole fight.
I said, what? I said, well, he does have a sleepy look about him. That's actually a condition.
Yeah, but this was heavy eyelids.
Yeah, right. So I said he just looked like that. Then prior to that, I heard he ain't sparred for 6 weeks. And I said, what the fuck is that? I said, he's injured, man.
To me, what stood out the most was not that he was getting hit, because getting hit's still a skill. Bud still set up it was how he reacted to the punches and how physically it almost looked like if you push him a little, he'd fall over. Of how weak or unstable he looked.
It's like the things that I heard kind of matched up in the ring, but I'm not on that. I'm done. I'm not on that. Errol, if he was that fucked up, he should have postponed the fight.
Right, it's on him either way.
All on him. Mm-hmm. It's all on him. So, I'm not, and that's what I'm saying. I did a short video with the footage that I took from the arena, and I put at the end of the video full credit. Because, I'm done with it. I don't want to hear it.
Yeah.
Bud dominated, and that's the end of it.
That's it. And the thing is, like, both things can be true. Bud could have been a better fighter overall, but Errol could have also had something wrong. It's not discrediting one guy one way or the other. Because I think it was such a massive gap in the talent in that night. Even if Errol was 100%, he still would have lost, in my opinion.
And a lot of people feel that. And you know what? I can't debate that, because you know why? At the end of the day, if they get into the ring again, Errol got to show us. And Errol's my guy. But now he got to show me.
Right.
He's getting the 154. It's not going to be for undisputed, but he got to show me. Now he got to show me. And that's fair. That's fair. And that's no hate on Bud. So I don't know what's going on with the rematch. He said he's done with it. I don't know if he's just talking and he's locked in. And I don't like the fact that Errol waited till now to go get the cataract surgery. I don't. It's all like, it's crazy. You know what I'm saying? So with all things being fair, if Bud can move on, because I don't know what the contract says. If Bud can move on, he's talking about getting at Canelo. And at first, when I first heard it, I said, Bud, chill. Because my thought process is this. Forget Canelo, man. Stop giving this guy all this shine. He got work to do at 168. Hello, David Benavidez. Hello. Can you do that, please? And I was saying that night before Jamel laid an egg against Canelo, I said Bud should go in there and snatch that fight. In Charlo, he should have canceled that Canelo payday and went at Shower Salute, sis, and went at Bud, because the marketing for that fight was so brilliant at that time. Can Bud take out Texas? He got Errol. Can he get Jamel? Jamal's coming back. Can he get Jamal? Bud versus Texas. I envisioned the marketing to that, and it had nothing to do with Canelo, man. Forget Canelo. Canelo got work up there at 168. Benavidez, Morrell, and Billy. Go clean that shit up. If he wants to fuck around at 175 again, hello? Better be it. Canelo has options. Why is he fighting a 154 pounder? It's stupid. And all I was saying was like, yo, leave Canelo alone. Stop giving him this shine. He don't deserve it, bro. He don't. But Cassandra, salute. And the reason I'm saying he don't deserve it is because he needs to fight his goddamn contemporaries in his weight class. He's undisputed at 168. Go handle that, man. Why does he get to pause what he's doing to go fight the smaller Charlo? And the other one got mental problems. This is crazy, man. And Jamal taking pictures with Bud anyway. I don't know what the fuck's going on with those guys. I saw that picture. I said, what is this? I was just disgusted with it. So now Bud is in a position right now. He's in a position of power. He's in a position of power. Bud disrupted what we thought was the natural order of things.
Mm-hmm.
And at first I said, you know what, the hell with that. But now I'm thinking, I don't think Bud would attempt to fight Canelo if he didn't think he'd win. My brother Southern T in the building. And I trust Bud in a Canelo situation. I do. I trust Bud. I had to fight really hard to trust Jamel, and he disappointed me. Cadillac Red in the building. Be careful that word, good brother. Jamel let me down, man. I don't see that in Bud. I really don't. Bud is simply different. Me and Stormy talk all the time, and we talk about throwback fighters. Mike 202, salute. Joe Wiggins, salute. We talk about throwback fighters. We talk about fighters that are literally fighting in the wrong era. And we throw around these names all the time. And Bud is right up there, man. Bud is right up there. Bud is one of those guys, man. And he's long in the tooth by way of age in dog years or boxing years. But Bud does not have the amount of damage that Errol has. And Errol said something that Stormy said a long time ago, that Scrapbook said a long time ago, that the late great Queen 71 salute, that the late great Kirk Sugar said a long time ago. The reason why they rode with Bud, please, those are the three wise men. They're not fanboys of anybody. They simply said the intent. Kurt said the intangibles. Slip the jab, salute. The intangibles. And one of the things that Stormy said, I talked to Stormy about that matchup before it happened. I said, yo, Bud and Errol. But he said, yo, listen, when that fight happened, Bud gonna rip Errol's ass. I said, really? He said, yeah. Not even close. And what he pointed out was, Bud lives a fighter's lifestyle. Ladies and gentlemen, you ever wonder why Bernard Hopkins went so long in his career? Bernard Hopkins didn't have bad habits. He wasn't a drinker, he wasn't a smoker, he was a gym rat. That's Bud. What did Errol say recently? Part of the reason why he lost the fight. He wasn't living like a fighter. After fights, he'd balloon up in weight. He drinks a lot. He said it at the presser. He says, we Jamaican, so we smoke on Bud. It was a hot line, but I said, damn, Bud don't smoke. You get my point? So a lot of these things, and I fucks with Errol, a lot of these things was self-inflicted. Him flipping that car. That was a self-inflicted wound.
Yeah, I heard he used to be a big drinker.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. And then he said, I watched something that I think I read a quote. He was talking about his hips hurting. I was like, your hips? Oh man. Maybe, when these fighters get in shape, they could look amazing, but maybe the fact that he wasn't living the fighter's lifestyle, ballooning up in weight, waiting till the fight's announced, and then 30 days of a fat camp, and then strength and conditioning, and then 15 to 20 days of technique and film watching. Maybe that's youth. You can do that in your youth, but you can't rebound like you used to. And the fact that he's pretty much, when you're drinking and smoking, it's not a good thing. And Bud didn't treat his body like that. And we're being honest, and y'all know I fucks with Errol, but we're being honest, right? We're telling the truth here, right? Bud is a throwback guy. He takes his craft very, very, very very seriously. And that's why the three wise men picked Bud to beat him. The intangibles had nothing to do with, oh, I like Errol or I like Bud because, you know, Bud, and, you know, no. This was explained. And I said, sheesh, right. Now, I know that there was something wrong with Errol that fight night, but you know what? At the end of the day, what was the outcome? That gave me reasonable cause to believe that as hurt as Errol was, he still felt that he can go in there and impose his will on Bud. And that was not the guy to do that to. He literally went in there 45 to 50%, according to what we're piecing together, against pound for pound the best in the world. And that is not the guy you want to go in there 50 to 45% in. And Errol got washed. That's what happened. So with Bud's skill set, I give him a hell of a chance to beat Canelo. Let me read this super chat real quick. Todd French, my brother in that super chat, he said, this could be a little bit of posturing from EJ. Let's not forget, Bud didn't make EJ wait for 17 months to get that fight. EJ playing chess like Bud did. It's a possibility. And, you know, Bud was busy in between that. You know, we was very critical of that. But while Bud was busy, Errol was not. You know, so you know it's crazy. Arthur, what's up? Yeah, Brian H, what up, counselor? 919, salute.
I don't know who Bud is gonna fight because Thurman just looks like he's fighting Zoo. So there goes Thurman or Zoo.
Yeah.
Who's Bud gonna fight?
He's talking about Canelo.
Canelo's not gonna fight him though, so that's not really.
Why do you say that? Why do you say that? Bert, what up?
Because
Why do you say that?
said it himself. He said it's similar. It's a whole weight thing. He's like, I fight a smaller guy. What? I beat him. They say he was too small. And if I lose, it looks horrible because he's a smaller guy. He's like, why would I fight a smaller guy?
Okay.
I kind of agree with him. Like, what? Like, it'd be a great fight for us to see, but for him, technically, you know what I'm saying? He is favored. And what's he have to gain from that? It is a bit of a legacy fight though, because Bud is who Bud is, but the fact that Bud is smaller takes away a lot of it.
Okay. You believe him?
Believe Canelo?
Canelo, yeah.
Oh, you mean you're saying like that
He's saying no now. He did say no, but do you believe him?
Of course, he could change his mind, but
yeah.
I do. I think he's kind of on that same shit that Bud's on. Like, I'm not fighting Boots. What am I gonna do with Boots? And I feel like he's on that same shit.
Boots, high risk, low reward, but
very high risk.
Yeah, it's very high risk, but you know, Boots is just waiting for his breakout fight at this point.
Right, and Canelo, and Bud isn't gonna, So yeah, I kind of do believe Canelo. I don't think he wants anything. No, I think he's gonna maybe I think he's on the path now where he's taking the really low risk, high reward fights.
Look at that. Look at what Brian H said. Look at that. Right. This is why I asked you if you believe him.
Where's Brian H?
I put it up on the screen.
Oh. That did not stop Canelo from fighting Charlo, Khan, Triple G, or talking about Jamal.
Fighting Jamal.
Yep, you're right. That's a good point. That's a very good point. So you know what? That's a good point.
I mean, that
a high risk. I disagree with Triple G being in this.
No. The reason why the reason why he said Triple G was after they fought twice, he said I have no intention of fighting him a third time. Those who need to do it.
Then he did it.
Then he fights Bivol, loses, and then he comes right back down to 168 and fights Triple G after he said he wasn't going to do it.
So maybe he will. That's a good point. The Khan thing, especially, and the Charlo thing.
That Khan thing confused the hell out of me.
I was like, and I was more like to Khan, like, what are you doing? You're gonna.
I was like, Khan, it was a death sentence, and it ended just how I figured it would.
Khan was piecing him up, though.
He was. Khan, listen. Khan was fast as hell, but all he was doing was collecting data. and that feint, and he brought that hand up top, and good night.
Done.
I knew that was gonna happen. I had no faith in Khan winning that fight at all. I was like,
So-
give it a minute, give it a minute.
So really, the only fight for Bud is Canelo then, because the immediate, his next fight can't be Zoo, can't be Thurman. Benavidez it should be Benavidez. We all know that. That's like a broken record. That's not happening.
Yeah, and that's the crime.
It's awful. It's awful. Like Benavidez is my man, and that's not only does that rob the boxing fans, but it robs Benavidez. Like he's put a lot of hard work. Years and years
It's unfair.
Yeah.
It's unfair to David, man. It's unfair. It's unfair, and that's what annoys me is that the boxing world isn't harder on Canelo about that. That's what drives me crazy. I'm like, come on, guys.
They're not.
Todd
no.
French back in that super chat. He said also salute and big ups to Marco and the Druth. Marco, your video with Coach Cal is going viral now.
You know what's weird? I re-released it.
Uh-huh.
I literally 2 days ago. So I do that sometimes with popular videos. I don't know if you ever do that. You should put it right back out because you'll get sometimes more views than the first time. Weird.
Right.
It's weird. So I do that with some of my popular videos. Anybody who's a content creator should definitely do that. Any really successful video you've had, re-release them, few months later or whatever. But yeah, it's gaining more traction, even though the first video has way more views. But this one, for some reason, was grabbed by more media outlets. It's weird.
I don't know why people. Listen, I gave Team Shakur the ultimate alley-oop. I've been talking about your video since you put it out.
Yeah, I remember, and now when I re-release it for some reason, because maybe it refreshes the algorithm and puts it fresh in people's face again. I don't know. That's what I think it does. Because it gets buried over time. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah,
Cinnamon Savage says Nello got little to no credit for beating Mel, Drew. So I feel he wouldn't get a lot of credit for Bud. I disagree with that. Canelo's fan bases is such that a Charlo's a Charlo. And he got full credit for that. And I don't mind him getting full credit for Mel, because Mel convinced me that he was going to go in there and make something happen. And when I got up on him and I sized him up, I said, yeah, he's definitely bigger than... I was up on both fighters. Yeah. I said, he's definitely bigger than Canelo.
Yeah.
The reach was there. I said physically he has tools and he has the talent. And he's mentally stronger than Jamal.
I think Canelo's going to fight big Charlo next, actually. I think that's the fight that's going to happen.
I don't want to see that shit.
No, nobody does, but that's what's going to happen. He should be fighting Plant, but...
Maul should be fighting Plant.
Yeah.
And Canelo should be fighting Benavidez. If we're not getting that...
No.
He needs... Look, I'm not opposed to him fighting Bud now. And stylistically, they're the same height.
Just more reach, right?
Bud got longer arms.
Yeah.
Bud has a high IQ.
Yeah.
He could switch it up.
Can he hurt? That's the question. If he can hurt or hit him hard enough to get his respect, then we have a fight. But if he can't,
I think number one, he could hurt him. But he don't necessarily have to hurt Canelo, do he? Because he can outbox him.
He can, but I think Canelo is, and here's a real question. Actually, more so, this is the real question: Can Bud absorb those Canelo punches without getting hurt himself, or without those shots changing the game plan?
There's a possibility he might not get touched. He got better feet.
I mean, he'll get touched at some point, or it'll be a thing like what happened with Charlo, where you feel it, bouncing off your forearms, and you're like, shit.
I mean, I don't know. Macados, Mac of the South, salute. I don't know if Abdul, what up? I don't know if Bud is, well, okay, he's not as defensively sound as Floyd, because Floyd stood right in front of Canelo and he couldn't touch him. Bud is not that kind of fighter defensively. Steve L, what up? But he's a different kind of defensive fighter. He has long enough arms to put a stick in his face. He could steal some rounds, and I think if Canelo closes the distance, Canelo's gonna be surprised at how crafty he is in the clinch. Because wrestling, it has a lot to do with strength, but that's wrestler versus wrestler. Wrestlers versus wrestlers, when they lock up, they're getting position. Canelo's not a wrestler. There's not that many boxers that I've known of that have a wrestling background. This is the same debate that we've had. Like, okay, I pick AJ to beat Francis Ngannou, but everyone's saying, yo, look, if they get in the clinch, AJ's not gonna rough him up, because Ngannou knows how to work a clinch.
He does.
On a different level. He knows how to work a clinch. That's gonna be the same thing with Bud. You know, Canelo's gonna be at 168 and he's thinking he's gonna throw this guy around, and he's like, what the fuck? I can't move him. And he's gonna be doing weird shit with his arms that he's not used to seeing or feeling. And while he's trying to figure out why my arms is going in a direction, Bud could sneak an uppercut in there. He could bring a hook over the top. And that he's gonna provide a look that Canelo's never seen before. So the clinch might go to Bud. You understand? And these are things that now in my mind, not only does it make for a more interesting fight than I thought, Bud could win that fight. They're the same height. Bud has a longer reach and he's stronger than we've given him credit for. And Canelo does not have good feet, and he also has had stamina problems when people had to put him in the mixer. True. What happens when he in the clinch and Bud starts working his body? You know what I'm saying? What happens when it's round 6 and Canelo's getting knotted up and it's not working out the way they thought? We've seen, and this is another thing. I've seen Bud switch gears. But we can't act like we haven't seen Canelo get pieced up. We've seen it. We've seen Canelo get pieced up. We've seen it. We've seen him not fight fighters that will provide a problem. If he had fought Jamal Charlo 5 years ago, Jamal might have beat him. And before that fight could happen, into the franchise status. It was a clusterfuck. So as good as Canelo is, he's been protected. So now when I'm looking at this Canelo and Bud thing, I'm like, you know, Bud could win. I'm not saying he does win. I'm saying he can win it. My brother Texas T says, say Drew, Canelo versus Bud remind me of what AJ and Ward would have been like. AJ versus Andre Ward would have been like. Y'all remember when that was spoken about? AJ versus Andre Ward? He says, remember Ward was talking about coming out of retirement to fight him. That sounded strange, but Andre Ward wouldn't have said that if he didn't see something that he thought he could capitalize on. NBA D Nice. Akil Bobs, what up? You remember that?
Who against Ward?
You remember when Andre Ward was talking about coming out of retirement to fight AJ?
AJ?
Yeah. That was a conversation for a second.
Anthony Joshua?
Yes.
No, I don't remember that at all.
What the fuck is... I said, what is going on here? And he spoke about it. I said, you know, Andre would have never have said that unless he really saw something that he felt he could capitalize on. And one thing I know about Andre Ward is that in the ring, he's a mean dude. He's mean. And off the bat, mentally, he could out-tough on Anthony Joshua. I would love to ask him, what else did you see that you felt you could, beat Anthony Joshua? I'm not a fan of either of those guys,
but I don't think he could beat AJ. I think he's way too small.
It was weird. When I read it, I was like, "What is he?
Yeah,
what is he talking about?"
that's what we're talking. A 70-pound dip. Nah, guys are bugging. No way.
No, I mean,
Like
Deontay
7 inches and 70 pounds. Look, anything's possible.
Deontay's literally been outweighed by 50 to 70 pounds by Fury.
Deontay is arguably the hardest puncher who ever lived. So if Ford was that, then I'd say yes. But he's not.
Yeah. So I'm just curious. What the hell did he see? That
I don't remember. I've never heard that before.
Yeah, it was probably could Google it, but I remember reading that. Like, what is going on? Why would he do that? I was like, man, you gotta remember, bro. Listen, maybe him and Derrick James had a conversation. He's like, you know what? You might be able to get this guy. It was just weird. I said, I don't think he would say that just to say it.
Weird. And James isn't really working AJ's corner, is he? Seems like he's been
vanished, right? Yeah. Stormy pointed that out. Nobody else was talking about it but Stormy.
And I mean, and AJ, it hasn't really been. I should ask Derek, but he's, he hates media now. I guess I'm technically media, but AJ hasn't really talked about it. Says, well, he's still my trainer, but I'm already in England, so he's making it seem like Derek is still there. But I don't know.
I don't know, man.
And whoever this guy is, he looked good. This guy helped him, so.
Yeah, Jay said Virgil Hunter thought Ward would beat AJ. Yeah, there was something going on there, and I don't know, because it was spoken about and it went away in like 2 weeks. I was like, why is he talking about coming out of retirement to fight AJ?
Remember Roy was going to fight Buster Douglas?
Come, man.
I was like, yeah, he pulled out. I think his dad was like, you could die. Like, what are you doing? This guy's huge. Buster's like 6'5". He's a big dude.
Yeah. When Roy went up to heavyweight, he knew who to fight. Johnny Ruiz was the logical choice because everybody else was super bigger than him. Lennox Lewis, stop it, man. Stop. And they exactly, Xavier. There's weight classes for a reason. Stop it. If whatever promoter was signed, Lennox Lewis versus Roy Jones needed to be locked up and put in jail like for years. That is retarded.
That was nuts. I remember getting
Lennox is 6'5", 6'6".
He's big.
Okay, Roy is 5'10".
Yeah, he is legit. I've been around him. He's an inch shorter than me.
That's that. If you saw them in a stare down, you'd be like, whoa. Who's doing this? Stop this.
I remember when Buster Douglas came back, I was amped, and then he ended up losing to Lou Savarese, and I was like, oh man.
Yeah, he was.
I was amped because Buster on point when he's sharp. That dude was one of the best. I mean, the skills were. You don't see better heavyweights than that. The night he beat Tyson.
Yeah, man, Buster was underrated. When a lot of the stuff that people thought about him was self-inflicted, with him ballooning up in weight and things of that nature, but look, it wasn't a game. Buster's a big dude, man. Tay, ex-wife, what up? Hen Dog, salute. Robert Singleton back in the super chat. He said, hey, Drew and Marco, let's say Bud beats Canelo. Would you put him top 10 all time? I would put him there. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, definitely.
Because Canelo is already an all-time great. Already.
Yeah. So, I got a Manda Mansa Musa, my brother, and I really don't.
You don't agree?
I mean, look, I know by the way of the atmosphere, you got to put him there. 503 line in the building.
Yes, I mean,
you gotta put him there. You know what I mean?
Even if you don't like him, he did what he did. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Here's the thing. Here's the thing with me. D, what's going on? Here's the thing. I never said Canelo can't fight. Never said that. But they're gonna. I'm not exactly, Arthur. I'm not gonna say he's all time. Not top 10. Fuck out of here. I'm not
Oh
doing
no! I didn't
Yeah.
say top 10, but
Yeah.
and his career's not done yet. But all the guys he's beaten, like I know lately it's been a bit of a cherry pick, but before that he's fought everybody. So
The thing is, the drug situation,
okay, that's true.
and on top of that, because a lot of fighters, your favorite fighters probably popped.
But look, Roy got caught
Roy
once.
popped. James Toney popped.
Yeah,
I think
happened.
Evander Holyfield popped.
and I believe Roy. Roy was like, "Yo, I grabbed something off the shelf at GNC. I didn't know it was illegal." And maybe he's full of shit, but I believe him.
Yep. Thomas was good. But you know what pissed me off about all of that? Pissed me off was the fact that the WBC compromised rules for him, which displayed privilege to me. And that's the part I don't like. So once you start doing that, you don't need my support. That's why I don't jump into the pocket for guys like Lomachenko and annoying in the way from Japan. I don't fuck with him.
You don't fuck with him?
I don't fuck with Inouye and Loma and Canelo. You know why? Because they don't need my support. The red carpet's rolled out for those guys. This rolled out for them. So I tell the industry, go ahead and give them their props. Canelo, and you're talking to a guy, I used to be in the pocket for Canelo on Facebook. I'm like, no, Canelo's gonna style on Triple G. What are y'all talking about? I was in the pocket for Canelo, and then he's popping dirty, right? And then now he's ducking fights, man. Bro, he's supposed to be fighting. Watch this. Watch this. You know how we always hold Floyd accountable and say, yo, look, man, as great as you are, as great as a fighter as you are, don't we give him shit about not giving black fighters an opportunity when he was looking to pass the baton? I'm sure you've heard that. You were supposed to fight Keith Thurman. I thought you'd have beat him, but you didn't fight Keith Thurman. You gave me Andre Berto when Andre Berto wasn't Andre Berto anymore. I would have preferred to you to fight Keith Thurman. He didn't do it. I don't see many people saying that shit about Canelo when it comes to David Benavidez. But they let Canelo say, I don't want to fight Mexicans. It was zero backlash. And I heard that. I said, wait a minute. What's going on here? What is this?
Yeah, that's weird.
What is this? I thought this was the best fight in the best. Yo, look, man. Morales Barrera, Juan Manuel Marquez versus everybody. He didn't give a fuck what race, culture, or creed. If you was in or around his division, he fought you. You know, we give props. We call them Mexican warriors, right? They've earned that. There is no more. Some of the funniest, not funniest, the most fun fights to watch are two Mexicans. Because they're in there trying to take each other's head off. Because they're competitors. And they're legendary. I tell y'all, not only Juan Manuel Marquez is like one of my favorite Mexican fighters, but he's one of my favorite fighters, period. Period. That guy fought everybody. In or around his weight class, man. He had no business in the ring with Floyd, but he did it. You understand? And then I look at Canelo, and then all of those guys I mentioned, ask them about Canelo and listen to what they have to say. Go on and ask them. They go, Xavier tells me all the time, I don't speak Spanish. They're not really feeling him. They're like, yo, if you're going to be fighting, you got work to do, bro. Benavidez is right there. And there's no pressure for this guy to fight him. But when Floyd had belts, all we did was talk about who he was supposed to fight and who he's not fighting, and he's ducking this and doing that, and now he's gone, and they're still talking about what he's not done. Canelo's nice and active, and he's undisputed. How is he not fighting David Benavidez? So enter Bud Crawford. Now, he already fought Little Charlo at 154, and if he gave you Amir Khan, which was a complete mismatch, why not Bud? To me now, Bud makes sense, and Bud could fuck around and win that. Because Bud has the tools to get it done. He does. He has the tools to get it done. 88 Sports Talk in that super chat. He said, I got Bud beating Canelo, but I think 160 Canelo, Bud would have an easier time with. I don't like Canelo, but he got skills. Bud would have to box him. And he could do that because he got better feet. He got way better feet, man. Todd French back in that super chat. He said, I can believe it. I can believe it too. GNC back in the days was not regulated. It had all kinds of things they were selling. Everything to anabolic roids, hashtag muscle tech. Bro, Todd French, let me tell you, if y'all remember, Tay Jones, oh man, what was that brother's name? He had a fighter on his show. We was on the panel. I don't know if y'all remember this, but he popped. And he said he swear to God he didn't say anything. The only thing he took was a product called Bucked Up. And we pulled it up on the internet. And I said, wait a minute, they sell that in the refrigerator at my gym.
Bucked Up?
Bucked Up.
Sounds
It's a buck's head on a can. They sell powder and they sell it in like it's an energy drink. And I forgot this brother's name. And happy birthday to Tay Jones. And Bucked Up fucked this dude up. There was something in that was not, it was on the ban list. And he blew a payday because of that. Ultimate Fight Club says it's a pre-workout. Yep. And there was something in there that was on the banned substance list. And he popped because of that. It's messed up. It's messed up. So, yeah, so Roy, I'm not going to call Roy a liar. If he told you, Roy told you that he drank something, or
he just said that it was something he grabbed off the shelf and it came up, and he was like, I thought you got to go and get prescriptions, and I didn't know you just grab it off the shelf. So he said.
Xavier, I just sent you the link. Yeah, it's Bert said there might be meth in it. I don't know. Nah, man, those energy drinks, check those cans, man. Check those cans. Sometimes you guys, for a pre-workout, just drink a damn Pepsi.
I never drink sip before a box because you make you nauseous. You have too much in your system when you start boxing.
Yo, you ever had something to make like something sugary that it made you nauseous?
For me, it was anything if my stomach is full. You start boxing, it starts coming up, and you got to just water. That's all I did before.
Yo, I remember I had this is my bad. I drank a chocolate milk, and I wasn't sparring. I was working out. I was hitting the bag, and then my gut started acting up, and I fucking threw up right on the damn mat.
Ooh.
Just threw up. The trainer was like, Jesus Christ, what is wrong with you? Get the mop. What is that? Oh my God, what is that? Is that poop? I said, no, man, it's chocolate milk. What's wrong with you? Your kids eat poop. He was fucking with me. He was trolling me in the damn gym. Is it poop? I said, shut up, man. Made me mop it up. But yeah, man, that was crazy.
It'll do that. That's what I'm saying. When you exercise and you just ate before, it comes up. You'll almost puke. That's very common. That's why you're not supposed to do any of that right before. For boxing, I don't know about weights and all that other stuff.
Man, it can happen with weights. I've seen dudes do deadlifts, and when they're straining, their nose will bleed.
Jesus.
Yeah, it's never happened to me, but I don't know what the fuck that's about, but it's disgusting. I've seen it up close during the deadlifts. Copper, what up? Deadlifts and dudes, their nose will start bleeding. It's ridiculous, man. It's crazy, man. Xavier, what's good, bro?
What's good, champ? How's everybody?
Chilling.
Everyone good?
Chilling, bro. What you got?
Man, you know what? I have to strongly disagree with you, Drew. I don't think Bud has any business fight. I don't think Bud has any business fighting Canelo.
Okay, go ahead. Why you think not?
You know me. I'm a Bud fan. I'm a Bud guy. I don't see it. Like the fight he struggled with the most was Jose Benavidez. You can't compare Benavidez to a Canelo. Like it's
really.
Wait, you sound muffled, bro. You sound a little muffled.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, that's better. Yeah, that's better.
I think Bud Crawford's biggest challenge was the Benavidez brother, right? The one that he knocked out like in the 9th, 10th round. Something like that. It was a very, very, very competitive fight. And I think, does Bud have skills? Absolutely. But he's also got that dog in him. That dog in him will get him in trouble against a guy like Canelo. You know what I mean? It's easy to say, well, he can do this, but man, can he take those punches by a guy who was knocking out guys at 68, hurting guys at 68? I like Bud Crawford. I think he's an all-time great already. He has no business fighting Canelo. I'd rather him stay away from him. It's not that, he don't have to fight him for anything. You know what I mean? He's a great fighter already. Like, I don't know where people get this thing that, like, it almost sounds like a lot of people are making it seem like Canelo's easy to beat. He's not. You know what I mean? Jermell Charlo is an accomplished, undisputed 154-pounder. He wasn't able to be competitive with him. And he's a big dude. You know what I mean? I just don't see it. You know what I mean? I don't know. I've been wrong before, but I don't see that happening. That's just my take on that. I don't think he has any business fight.
Let me ask you. Salute to Fresh, my brother. Yeah, I appreciate that. He says big up to homie Drew. Anyways, keep it a buck. Merch link here. I appreciate you, good brother. You're gonna pick up some merch, y'all. Buy a hat or some shit. I appreciate you. I suck at promoting my brand. I gotta get better at that. Appreciate that. I suck at that. Salute, Fresh, man. I appreciate you. I got fam in the UK, man. Salute. Let me ask you, Xavier. Do you think Bud can think outside the box and remain disciplined so that dog doesn't get him knocked out versus Canelo?
No.
No?
No. Because Canelo will give him it's kind of like Joe Brook when he fought a Triple G. He gave him spots where he got to be brave and he got himself knocked out. What's Joe Brook doing good?
Hold on, you sound muffled again, bro. Hold on, you sound muffled.
Okay. It's kind of like when Kell Brook fought Triple G. Did he look good for a little while? Yeah, until he drew him in and knocked him out. He saw something. Oh, I'm landing punches. All of a sudden, I'm getting up off the ground. And Terrence Crawford's got that dog in him. You know what I mean? He's gonna go for the home run. You know what I mean? And
do you think that Bud has enough power to keep Canelo honest?
No.
No?
No.
All right. Do you think that
Dimitri Bivol is a 200-pound man and couldn't keep him honest?
175, but
yeah, no, but he walks around 200 pounds. He's a big boy.
All right, let me ask you this: who's the better boxer, Canelo Alvarez? No. Who's the better boxer, Bud Crawford or Miguel Cotto?
Better boxer?
Yeah. In your opinion?
That's a tough one because it seems like Miguel became better towards the later the heavier
Muffled.
I'm sorry. It seems like Miguel became a lot better later in his career, but Miguel always seemed like he was a heavy set dude. You know what I mean? And Miguel's thing is that I don't know.
Well,
That's a tough one, dude. I would say Crawford, but I don't know.
I think Crawford by far. Miguel's a puncher, Crawford the boxer, and a puncher.
Yeah, but you're right. I would talk about straight up boxer or fighter.
Oh yeah, I think you meant like boxer. You didn't mean fighter, right, Drew?
A better overall talent.
Oh,
No, I
overall
don't know about that.
okay.
Overall talent.
Overall talent. That's kind of hard to say. You know what I mean?
It's
I
hard
would say
because
obviously.
I say it's Bud easy.
I don't like answering those questions when a fighter's still active because we don't know what's coming. We're Cotto, we
Exactly.
go his whole career.
Right.
Yeah,
So
I agree with that part.
based off of what we've seen, because Cotto hung up his gloves, and to me, Cotto's an instant Hall of Famer.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
Miguel Cotto versus Canelo fight was very competitive. It was very, very competitive. Neither one dominated each other, but Canelo did edge it out, but it was very competitive. But I can base that and compare what I've seen with Bud this far, and I could say we haven't seen Bud lose. We've seen Canelo lose to we know. Well, watch this. What gives Canelo problems? What's the one thing we know gives Canelo problems? The one thing,
Boxers.
right?
But I mean, you have to stay disciplined.
Can Bud Crawford provide the same looks that Erislandy Lara did?
I don't know because he's got, like I said, I don't know that he can stay disciplined for 12 rounds. I don't know that because he's got that dog in him. Like, did he box Earl Spence? No, he was in his face all night long.
Also, Bud is not. His frame is not the same frame that we saw fight Floyd. His frame is, he's 10 years older. He's in his 30s now. He's a bigger, he has that man strength. So it's hard to compare fights in his early 20s to his fights now in terms of,
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
All right. I feel this is just my opinion. This is why I feel Bud can win this fight.
Oh, he can.
He provides the same looks, if not better looks, than Erislandy Lara. But I think Bud is better than Erislandy Lara. I think Bud is better than what's his name? That damn, I had him on the goddamn show.
Oh, Trout.
Yeah, Austin Trout.
Austin Trout.
I think he's better than Austin Trout. I think Bud is on the level of a Floyd Mayweather. I think so. I think he's also stronger than Floyd. And we know what gives Canelo problems. And I think Bud is disciplined enough, especially at this point in his career, where he can put the tough guy aside, and he's only going to turn up the tough guy when he knows he's about to get you out of there. And he'll know what he's dealing with. The thing is, I don't think Canelo will know what he's dealing with. That's the problem. I don't think Canelo's dismissive of this fight. Bud ain't playing. And I don't think Canelo is as dismissive of this fight as he's making it out, because he jumped on that Amir Khan fight. And that was stupid.
Absolutely.
As a matter of fact, he jumped on that Amir Khan fight instead of fighting who around that same time?
Triple G,
both Charlos, Andre, and he jumped on the Khan fight. Right there, that's not Hall of Fame shit to me.
No,
I'm gonna put him there, but see, we lived it. See, right now it's the sexy thing to say, oh, he's a Hall of Fame fighter. Look, man, there was a whole lot of shit he did where he had other options. The fact that he still hasn't fought Andre, Benavidez is still sitting there. He made both Charlos wait. He didn't run it back with Lara. All right. He fought. Floyd Mayweather stood in front of him. He couldn't throw a rock into the ocean. All right. He has flaws, and he's older now. and he has busted wheels. Terrence Crawford is still fresh. He hasn't taken like any of the damage that we've seen Errol take. So I think Bud has a whole lot of kryptonite for this dude. Bud can win this fight.
Yeah, I don't know.
And I say, if it goes to the cards, Bud can win this fight at least by 8 rounds. It'll be shocking. This aura of invincibility that Canelo has, I really don't get why people still have that around him. This guy, he's good, but there's so many fighters out there. There's so many ways to beat Canelo. And when he fought Bivol, that was another way. After the Bivol fight, I said, well, shit. Now I know why he didn't go up and fight Beterbiev, number one. And number two, now I know why he's staying the fuck away from Benavidez.
I'll say
Benavidez will maul this dude. That's why the Canelo Man fans are not hyped to make that fight. That's why. And there's no rush and there's no pressure. But if they want an easy win against a big name, go and jump in that Bud traffic. I think Bud could win this fight, man. My brother 503 Line in that super chat, he said Houston, Texas on deck, drew a real one. Fuck the haters, man. Salute to you. That's my fam. Me and my brother's gonna be doing a lot of work. And I see my brother Clarence McLean in there. Watch our dust. We're gonna be doing a lot of work this year. Go subscribe to my brother 503 Lion. He in the pocket, for real, for real. That's the fam right there.
I'll say this. I'm not I don't fuck with Canelo like that.
You sound muffled, bro. Hold on.
I don't fuck with Canelo like that. You know that. But,
I know.
But at the same token, I can't allow my personal feelings come in with what the guy has done. The guy is a great fighter, regardless of how I feel about him personally or whatever. He really hasn't done anything else any other fighter hasn't done. You know what I mean? He's done the same exact thing that any other fighter. Every other fighter's popped dirty. Every other fighter has avoided somebody that we didn't fight. Every other fighter has fought a fight that we all thought they may have lost. You know what I mean? It's happened. Like, this is nothing new. The only thing that I really can't stand is a Canelo Man fan. Other than him, I don't really care for him. Is he a great fighter? Absolutely he is.
Now that you on, you often tell me about what do the other fighters say like on the ESPN shows?
So like Marquez and them, they don't like him, but they also didn't make money like him. They didn't have the star power in the world outside of boxing like him. Marquez and Barrera. Actually, I'm gonna say Marquez because Marquez had it tougher than any of those guys. You know, Barrera and Morales. Yeah, they actually had the high promoters. You know what I mean? Like, Marquez really had to dig deep and fight guys that no one would fight, like Joel Casamayor. You know what I mean? He had to fight Michael Katsides. He had to fight Juan Baby Bull Diaz when Manny Pacquiao completely ducked him, and everybody forgets about that. You know what I mean? And he had to fight.
That was a hell of a fight.
That was a hell of a fight. But you guys remember, he was in line to fight Manny Pacquiao. And Manny Pacquiao fought David Diaz. You know what I mean? I'm not saying that Baby Bull would have beat him either, but he was a tough fight for him at the moment. You know? And then he went all the way up to and fought Floyd Mayweather. He had no business fighting. And look, that was the exact example of a great small fighter and a great bigger fighter. You know what I mean?
So what do the legends say when they speak about Canelo? Like when they say, okay, as far as
they don't think that they don't like him, number one, right? They want him to fight Benavidez. They wanted him to fight the Andrade and Charlo. They don't like him. They think that he's not on their level. You know what I mean? As much as I'm a fan of them, I think that there is a little bit of like, hey, why is this kid getting all this fame when I didn't get it as a fighter? You know what I mean? And I did this and I did that. I think there's a little bit of that too. You know what I mean? But I mean, it's mostly like Mexican American fans from out here that love Canelo, but most of the Mexican fans, like in Mexico, they don't really ride with him like that. You know what I mean? That's because maybe he didn't fight Triple G when he could have fought him. You know what I mean? But he still fought him twice. I mean, regardless, he did. I mean, so there's I don't think that there's a lot of like clout for him out in Mexico. It's more like out here, like, hey, I'm Mexican and he's my guy, so I'm gonna rock with him because he's Mexican. It's mostly that. Like, that's the feeling I get. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. You guys can chime in and tell me if I'm wrong or right. You know what I mean?
No doubt. My brother 503 Lion says Canelo don't fight dudes coming off their best win.
I mean,
yeah.
Didn't Caleb, what's his name? Caleb
Plant?
Yeah, didn't he come off with his best win?
Versus who?
What's his? I don't know. I forget the guy's name.
Darrell.
Yeah.
Darrell. Wait a minute. The Darrell fight was before Canelo? I forget.
No, Darrell fight was before Benavidez.
Right.
Oh, it was before Benavidez. Oh.
Yeah, that was after.
You're probably right. Probably not wrong on that.
Right. Yeah. I see it different. I think Bud. We've seen Bud have gears, man, and in this year, 2023, when we picked Fight of the Year, I picked Devin because he had Loma and Regis in the same year.
Absolutely,
All
I think Devin should be Fighter of the Year.
But Bud,
I mean,
Bud
other
was
than
right
the
there.
Earl Spence fight, yeah.
Mm-hmm. And the way he dominated Errol, that was crazy.
I mean, Inoue too. Didn't Inoue get two divisions this year?
Yeah, Inoue also, but I mean, Inoue's in the talk, absolutely.
I don't pay Inoue any mind. There's guys I don't pay any mind. You know, I told y'all I don't.
Oh, the steroids.
If I feel you got the red carpet rolled out for you, I don't. You don't need my help. You know what I mean?
No,
Bud,
I get it.
Bud is a badass, man. Bud is a badass.
Oh, yeah.
And trust me, this is not as crazy. When I first heard it months ago, I said, "Oh, come on." But then when I thought about it, I said, "Wait a minute. Nah, this guy could win it, man. Bud could win it." Listen, man, I ain't even gonna hold you. The first time Canelo said, "I'm going to 175," I said, "What is he doing? For what?" And he fought Kovalev. And I said, Kovalev is mad bigger than him.
I know.
Yeah, and then when he took his damn robe off, he looked like a silverback gorilla. I was like, oh. And then Kovalev was coming off that hard fight with Anthony Yard. And I said, oh, strategy. And he stopped Kovalev. I said, okay, I get it. And Kovalev said, yo, give me a whole camp. It'll be different. And I believe him. He tried the same shit with Bivol because Bivol was coming off of a subpar performance prior to that. But Bivol put the pause on him. And he knew not to go up to 175 and fight Beterbiev because if that happened, Canelo would be retired right now. I firmly believe that. So why is that okay? But it's not okay for Bud to go to 168.
Well, I'm not saying it's
think
not
Bud
okay.
is just doing a money grab. I think he really believes that he could beat Canelo. And I think when you saw the size difference between Triple G and Kell Brook, that was different. And mind you, Brook was whooping his ass for a second until G landed on him. I don't think it's like that with Canelo. I don't think Canelo will buzz Bud like that. First of all, I don't know if he'll touch him. I don't know if he'll touch him.
That's the question. I would have to go 60-40 for Canelo. I'd have to lean that way because of the size. And don't forget, Canelo has way more experience than Bud too. So, but Drew, you're also right. I could see Bud winning, but if I had to choose now, I'd lean towards Canelo.
Bud will be going in as the underdog, no doubt.
Yeah,
I totally agree with that.
I would rather see Bud versus Devin Haney.
Nah.
Not right now. Not right now. Not right now, because
Devin's
you know
not
why?
ready
Because Devin Haney is actually pursuing his contemporaries. So
Right.
I'd rather him do that.
Devin's
They're
not
only
ready
seven-
mentally. He hasn't developed into a 47 or 54 pounder yet.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Just leave him where he is. And Devin is doing what Canelo's not doing. He's pursuing his contemporaries.
Right. He has people that
He has people. He's still talking about Teofimo, and Teofimo's just being Teo.
I know. Teal's. Hey, did you guys hear about Rolly and Ryan actually getting signed yesterday? What the
I'm
fuck
sorry.
was that about?
What happened?
I'm reading Stormy's comment. Stormy, I'm visiting Stormy. He just threw his phone in there and said, "Fuck it, I'm done."
Which one?
No, man. He said, "Fuck it, I'm done, man." Nah, man. Devin, and see, this is why Devin was my pound for pound fighter of the year, because that man pursued his contemporaries, and Canelo has not done that. I can't give Canelo any credit moving forward. Not when you got David Benavidez sitting there, and I don't want any Canelo fan telling me, "Nah, he beats David. This is boxing. Do it, man.
Then do it.
Do it. You got to do it, man. You got to do it. You got to do it." And there's no public demand. Remember when Floyd was running boxing? He was never undisputed. When he was running boxing, everyone every day they built channels talking about how fucked up Floyd was and what he should be doing. They made channels off of that.
Yeah, I remember that.
Now here we are with Canelo. Canelo got a lot of work at 168. Heavy as a head that wear the crown, but you got 4 belts, bro. Christian and Billy, David Morrell, David Benavidez. Come on, bro. Get busy.
I got a question for you, Drew. Do you think that Canelo has a chance against David Benavidez?
No. I don't. And you know why? Because he hasn't taken the goddamn fight.
No. I'm just saying, if they were going to fight, this was signed.
He has a chance, but he's not going to win.
He's not going to win. David stops him before 10 rounds.
I think David is possibly the best fighter in the world. I think he hasn't come to he hasn't shown his full potential just yet, because there's a lot of questions still with David, but I think he's a complete fighter. I think
Canelo is the opportunity to show the world that he's really the monster.
No, for Canelo not to fight, like, you know me, I'm not big on all this duck talk and all this stuff, but for him not to fight Benavidez for this long is,
it's ridiculous.
It's insane.
It's insane. Absolutely. This is the most obvious fight that he needs to take is David Benavidez. Like, there's no reason to be talking about Bud versus him. Like, we need to talk about him. Like, Benavidez and him, that's the most obvious fight that he needs to do. There's no reason for him to fight like a Ryder or nothing like that, or a Jermel Charlo or nothing. He needs to fight David Benavidez. That is it. You know what I mean? There's no one else. You know what I mean?
4 or 5 years now.
Yeah, for like 4 years now, or 5 years now. Yeah, absolutely. He needs to fight this guy. Like, I guess in the past, you could say a case for him, popping for cocaine or whatever it was. But now David has literally stamped himself as not just the best, one of the best fighters in his division, but probably the best fighter in the world.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like, there's like he's up there. Like,
it's the crime that he's not getting this opportunity.
Yep.
But this is so typical of Canelo, and this is what works my nerves about him.
I'm with you.
I'm with you on that. I am with you on that 110%. You know what I mean? He needs to fight David Benavidez. That's the fight that I want to see. That's the fight that everybody wants to see. You know what I mean? Like, for him to say, "Oh, I can do whatever I want." Yeah, you can do whatever you want. So if you can do whatever you want, and you say you want to fight the best, you can fight David Benavidez.
And why is he not being stripped of those belts?
Why is he not exactly? Why is he not being stripped? They invent belts, but they invent belts and statuses for him. And let me ask y'all this: what if they fight and Canelo wins?
I think he's got a shot at winning. Does he win? I don't know.
That proves that. Then that proves that Canelo's the goods. Well, Canelo is the goods, but we haven't seen him. Listen, when we seen Canelo get pressed, he fucking lost. And Bibble, I think Bibble, if he smashed the gas on Canelo, he probably could have stopped him, bro.
Possibly, yeah.
He was looking
Possibly.
tired on the ropes. He had speed knots on his head. I said, shit. He could have stopped.
Possibly. I don't know that Bivol.
That's why, and I told people, he could have went to 175. John Scully, I texted him. Any news from Canelo? He said, nope. After Bibble beat him, I text John Scully. I said, you see this, right? And he said, this is why they didn't want to go up to fight Arthur. Arthur would have killed Canelo. He'd have knocked Canelo out.
I think Arthur's gonna beat Bivol too.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, the one
That though, a lot of people don't think that. I'm surprised. A lot of people think Bivol, because Bivol beat Canelo, that's what people remember, and they think Bivol.
Right, and Canelo's not the standard. That's my point.
He's
he's
not.
not a
Canelo's not
175 pounder. Does he hit hard? Yeah, but he doesn't hit better via hard. That guy is like fucking.
Yeah. Canelo's really, I would say, naturally probably 160.
Yeah, he's a natural 160.
Even pushing it a little.
Yeah, 168.
He was 139 when he started. He was 15 years old. Granted,
Is that
when
fight signed? RB20 is saying he's asking, is that signed for June 1st? I don't know.
It's not signed, but that's what is going to happen. Almost the Saudis got that in the motion. Yeah.
They're targeting that.
Yeah. No, it looks like that's going to happen. They just were waiting for Better BF to win this last fight.
Oh, for Bivol, yeah, I heard that's actually happening.
And a lot of people think Bivol is going to box circles around him. And he's flat-footed, and he gets hit too much, and blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, that's all good and all, right? But there's going to come at a point he's going to have to exchange with him. And I promise you, that dude, have you seen him roll that fucking 45-pound freaking bench press thing?
Yeah, the bar, that was ridiculous.
Have you
I
ever
went to the
picked
gym
one
that
up?
day and tried to do that. I said,
You
He's
told me
swirling.
that. Yeah. I was talking
Yeah,
to
he's twirling a
Scully.
fucking 45-pound ball like a baton. And I'm like, what the hell?
I was
I
talking
went to the
Scully about
gym
that. Yeah.
and I held it and I just went like this. I just dropped the ball. I said, oh, hell no.
No.
What
That
the
guy's
fuck?
different strong, bro.
That guy's like, my God. 503 line in the building. What's good, fam?
He's
Oh,
different strong.
What's
Yes,
good?
sir.
What's good, bro?
What's good, bro? What you got?
Man, salute to you, man. Salute to the guys on the chat, Marco, Xavier, man. I'm gonna say this, man. I know you put a lot of pressure on Canelo. I've been listening for a few minutes, man. But I'm gonna say this, dog. Canelo can't fight every fucking body, man. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
First it was Andrade. You know what I'm saying? Then the Charlos. You know what I'm saying? That's Benavidez. You know, it's better be Bilbo. All these. He can't fight everybody, my nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like at the end of the day, I honestly think one guy that really deserves to fight is David Benavidez. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
That's the only person I'm saying.
Yeah. Now, in Terrence
That's
Crawford's
all I'm
case,
saying too. Yeah, he can't
Yeah.
fight everybody, but you got to fight that guy.
yeah. Now, in Terrence Crawford's case, that would be a big fight. I know Terrence Crawford wants the big money fights. He deserved it. He just destroyed Earl Spence. You know what I'm saying? But
Right.
it still worked at 47 for Crawford. You know what I'm saying? You still got Boots Ennis right there. You know, you still had a rematch with Earl Spence. I don't know how the fuck he just gonna say fuck the Earl Spence rematch. Like the man clearly said he want to fight you again, bro. Like, I understand you beat him easily. Do it again. If you obligated to it, do it again.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I'm not mad at Canelo for fighting Charlo because we asked for that fight for years. And you know, this is how the whole WBC franchise shit was started anyway.
Actually,
Because-
Jamal
but-
Shaw, not Mel though.
Right. But he's in May, bro, he's fighting Jamal Charlo.
Oh
I
God.
mean, it's not signed yet, but I mean-
Listen, bro. He's fighting Jamal Charlo.
yeah, probably more like.
People in Houston already know that. Maul is already training. He's fighting Maul, bro.
Damn.
Yeah, I was in Texas for a week. I just got back, and let me tell you, I heard some things about Spence. I heard about Maul, and I'll tell you this. Before, I didn't mean to cut you off there, brother, but I'll tell you this. I don't think that Terrence Crawford beats Earl Spence that easy coming back, man. I'm gonna say that, and I'm a Bud fan. You know that, Drew.
Yeah.
Man, listen, man. Er, Drew, know I'm one of the biggest Earl Spence fans, man.
Yes, sir.
I said Earl Spence did not look right in that fight, but I'm not gonna make no excuses.
Right,
Terrence
right,
Crawford gets all of the praise and the credit for me. But
Right.
if you can beat Earl Spence so easily like how you did in the first fight, do it again and move on. Then you can fight Canelo, Charlo, Tim Tszyu. You can ride off into the sunset. You know what I'm
I
saying?
forgot about
But
Tim Tszyu.
yeah, but even like look at Tim Tszyu. Look at what Tim Tszyu doing. Tim Tszyu not out here. Oh, I want the biggest fights and that. Man, Tim Tszyu just steadily building his shit up.
Mhm.
He whoever they offer him, bro, he taking the fights.
I think they got Keith Thurman.
Yeah, he like, bro. Listen, PBC just announced. Well, not it didn't come officially from PBC, but they already reporting March 30th. It's gonna be Tim Tszyu, Keith Thurman, and it's gonna be Isaac Pitbull Cruz. I mean, not Isaac Pitbull Cruz, Rolly Romero and Ryan Garcia
Yeah, that's what I heard.
in Vegas. That's the
Oh,
fight,
my
Drew.
God.
You know what I'm saying?
Rolly versus Ryan. Oh, Ryan gets
Rolly versus Ryan, Tim Tszyu, Thurman. That's gonna
Let me
that's
ask
gonna
you.
be.
and
Let me
Errol
ask you a question, 503. How long is Bud supposed to wait? As far as like Errol's eye surgery and everything else. How long is he supposed to wait for? Is he supposed to wait on? Because I don't know the particulars of the contract. I don't know if he's locked in. I don't know if it's like you can't fight no one else but me next. I don't know what the contract looks like. But how long is Bud supposed to wait on Errol? To heal up and everything else.
Well, he needs to give Earl Spence the same respect that Spence gave him when we was going through all the Bud shenanigans.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
right.
So how long did we have to wait for Bud to finally sign that deal to fight Earl Spence? Did we have to wait for like
That's
a
a
year
great
and a
question.
half?
That's
2
a great
years?
question. But let me tell you what happened. Let me tell you what happened in between that though. While we were on here asking, Bud the fuck, Bud was in the ring getting busy the whole time, and Errol was chilling. Errol he went on radio silent, and Bud had how many fights in between? I think like 2, right? Had like 2 fights. And
I only remember Avanesian. Who else did he fight?
Avanesian. That was the fight on Black Prime.
Yeah.
With the busted gloves.
Mm-hmm.
I want to say he fight once or twice.
No, that was he only fought once, bro.
A year.
He only fought once.
Errol didn't fight for a year.
Mm-hmm.
And Bud had an in-between fight. And time is of the essence. Now, I don't know how long it takes for cataracts to heal up. I don't know. But would you rather Bud wait? Like I said, I don't know what the contract says. Would you rather him wait or pretty much just move on and try and add to his legacy?
Listen, man, that's a good question. Now, I'm not gonna say just to sit around and wait. You know what I'm saying? You and Earl have to get an understanding in the situation. You know what I'm saying? Because it's different now. He has an injury. He's healing. I don't know how long that shit is gonna take. But if you're not fighting, if you're not gonna fight Boots Ennis, then you need to wait. Boots Ennis has said he's available, but you're not pursuing that fight like how you trying to pursue all these other fights. You said you'll fight. You said you'll fight Tim Tszyu. Tim Tszyu got a fight already. You said you're gonna fight Canelo. You won't fight Canelo. Canelo got a fight already, bro. Fight Boots.
Okay, now watch this. Watch this, 503. Let me play devil's advocate. Watch this. Now, hear me out. Watch this. I'm playing devil's advocate now. I'm not saying I agree with this, but I'm gonna put this out there. No, Marco, check this out. Why does Bud gotta fight Boots when Canelo don't gotta fight Benavidez?
Those are the exact same
It's the
situations.
exact same circumstance.
Both guys are looking at high risk, low reward, looking at up and comers who won't help build their legacy or bring them as much money as they think.
See what I mean? Both is wrong.
They both should fight each other, but
They both.
the one thing I'll say though is Bud. You can argue that Bud is kind of grown out at 47, whereas Benavidez and Canelo are still at 168.
Right. But there's no pressure for Canelo to fight Benavidez. We putting pressure on him. So if no one's putting pressure on Canelo to fight his contemporary, why do we have to put pressure on Bud to fight Boots? It's just a question. 503, your thoughts on that, brother?
Give me a minute, bro.
Okay, yeah.
Back. Sorry about that.
Xavier, you there?
Yeah, I'm back.
Okay. Yeah,
I
the
guess that
question
came in at
was,
why we had to put pressure on.
what'd you say?
You said the question is Bud versus Boots.
Yeah, our brother 503 is saying that, Boots is available, and he is. But my question
I mean, that's the most obvious fight.
well, not really, because my question is, why should we hold Bud to the standards that we're not holding Canelo to the same? Why does Bud have to
number
fight
one,
Boots? Canelo don't have to fight Benavidez.
No, I
See what
mean
I'm saying?
I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying, but I mean, there's no reason to talk about Canelo and Bud because number one, they're like 3 or 4 different weight classes apart.
Yeah. But why does Canelo get to pursue money fights and get franchise statuses? They're not even offering a franchise status to Bud. You know what I'm saying? So why does Bud have to jump into the flame and face Boots? Now watch this. Bud goes in there. I'm just saying. I'm not saying it's gonna happen, but if Bud goes in there and dominates Boots, what are they gonna say? Boots was green. Boots wasn't ready anyway.
Well, yeah.
I mean, what's the standard? How do we determine when someone's ready? Look, Boots is ready, but Bud is pursuing money fights at this point. He's in his 30s. He's the best in the world. Former undisputed. He's pursuing big money fights. Why is that not okay for him, but it was okay for Canelo? Canelo gave us Little Charlo and Amir Khan and John Ryder and all these people that it's like, come on, bro. How does Canelo get those courtesies where we want Bud? Look, Bud and Boots make sense, but I'm not gonna force him to do something that look. Bud has freedom of choice, like how Canelo has freedom of choice.
Absolutely. I think okay, so I'm gonna answer that with this.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not pushing him to fight Boots. I think that's the obvious fight if he's gonna fight somebody. But I am all for Crawford. It's his money days. He's got to make his money. Heck, maybe fight Ryan Garcia. You know what I mean? Why not? It's a big money fight. He'll knock him out.
Man, come on, bro. True, cut this shit, dog. Not to cut you off. Not to cut you off, big baby. But I'm gonna say this, dog. The line is backed up to the motherfucking street for Canelo, bro. You know what I'm saying? The line is not backed up for Crawford.
No, I get what you're saying, but I get what you're saying.
Let me say this, bro. The difference is, the problem is, bro, with Canelo, bro, is never good enough. And I'm not trying to sound like no fanboy, because by any means,
Yeah.
But I'm starting to realize, bro. What I'm starting to realize is, it's never good enough with him. Y'all asked him. We asked him to fight the Charlos. You know what I'm saying? We asked him to fight motherfucking Caleb Plant. Like, bro, all right. He beat Caleb Plant. You know what I'm saying? He fought the little bullshit fight. Now he fighting He fought Charlo. Now he fighting the other Charlo. Now it's all Benavidez. Benavidez like, God damn, now it's Terrence Crawford. Like, bro, can the man? And now all these dudes at 168. Oh, well, you got David Morrell. You got him Billy. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro.
Well, bro, heavy is the head that wears the crown. Is he
I'm
not
gonna answer this with this, okay?
Huh? What you say? What you say, X?
I'm gonna answer this with this, Drew. Let me step in real quick.
Go ahead.
Like again, Canelo is not in any position another fighter has never ever been. I was a Floyd Mayweather fan. I stood in the pocket with him with Drew on Facebook, right? You might remember Drew remembers those days.
Yep.
But did Floyd Mayweather avoid Margarito? Absolutely. Did he avoid Paul Williams? Absolutely. Did he avoid Vernon Forrest? Hell yeah, he did. He avoided guys just like Canelo. Canelo's not doing anything different than everyone else's favorite fighter. Okay? Everyone else's favorite fighter done the same thing. He's not doing anything different. Everyone's favorite fighter is pop dirty. Everyone's favorite fighter has fought a fight that they thought he may have lost. You know, everyone's favorite fighter has avoided fighters. You know what I mean? He's not doing anything different. At this point, it's whether you like him or you don't. That's really what it is. You know what I mean? So
yeah,
I mean,
for the record, my brothers in the chat is right. Paul Williams said Floyd didn't avoid him. At that time, there was a lot of business going on. They just never crossed paths. Then when Paul signed to fight Canelo, he had the motorcycle accident because him and Canelo were about to fight, and he had the motorcycle accident. So that I do remember.
Okay, but didn't Paul Williams beat Margarito around the same time that Floyd beat Zab Judah or Shane Mosley at 47? I mean, regardless of the fact, he should have fought him.
Eventually they were going to be on the collision course. Let's be on a shadow of a doubt. And I think that if
but did you ever hear Floyd Mayweather even mention his name?
Had Paul fought Canelo, right? And if Paul won, Paul would have been in the ring with Floyd that night, possibly. Oh
No.
Man, stay dangerous. I'd love to have you on, man. I'm about to close up shop, man. I'm about to go to work. Oh man. Damn, stay dangerous. I'd have definitely. I'm sorry, brother. I'm sorry. I'm about to close up shop. But let me say this in closing. And salute to my brother 503, man. I got something planned for the family, y'all. But let me say this in closing. Heavy is the head that wears the crown. The reason why we hold Canelo to a particular standard is because he's that good. All right. He's also undisputed. He has 4 belts and he has 4 responsibilities. Right. His contemporaries should keep him busy right now. Christian and Billy, David Morrell, David Benavidez. Those 3 names are known. So we're not asking him to do something that he hasn't volunteered to do by being a champion. You understand? He fought for that status. He won it. So now he has 4 responsibilities. Okay? And Bud just threw his name in the hat, and he wants to jump the line. Now, Canelo pretty much could do what he wants. He could say, fuck my responsibilities. If my audience wants to see me fight Bud Crawford, I'm going to do it. If my audience wants to see me fight Jake Paul, if there's enough demand, he'll do that. The audience wanted to see him fight Amir Khan, and once he gave us that, end of discussion. Nothing is beyond reach for him. Okay, once he gave us fucking his sparring partner, that motherfucker. Once he did that, and by the way, that was on pay-per-view, was it not? Was that on DAZN?
No, that was not on paper. That was on DAZN.
It was on DAZN.
COVID, right? Yeah, it was on COVID during COVID.
You had to purchase the app to watch that fight. So Canelo's used to robbing the bank. So if you fight your former sparring partner, but you can't fight Bud, he disarmed his own argument. Canelo, I'm talking about. So I understand what my brother 503 is talking about when he's saying.
No, I get what he's saying too. He's not wrong.
Right. You know, I understand what he's saying that Canelo can't do everything. I get that.
No.
But if you're not going to give us what we want at 168, why not fight Bud? Why not? And as far as the Errol situation is concerned, I don't know what's going on with that. That's why I'm even entertaining this fight. I don't know what's going on. I don't know how the eye's going to turn out. I don't know if there's a date for that. I don't know. I don't know. And it's man down over here. I'm just saying I'm in the dark about it. I know nothing. But I think it's a winnable fight and it's a makeable fight.
You know, I'll say that. I'll say this in closing. As a Bud fan, I don't want him to fight Canelo. Okay, as a your regular boxing fan, does the fight? Is it a big fight? Does it sell? Yeah, it sells. It's great. That's good. I think that Bud is well deserving of making all the money. He's been in the game for a long time. He should get a $50 million payday. This is the only chance he's got to make that type of money. Absolutely. Listen, he's probably going to make about $40-50 million. I would fight my mother right now for $1 million. You know what I mean? You know, like, absolutely. Like, yeah, dude, it is like, as much as I'm a Bud fan, is it a money grab? Absolutely, because it's a win-win situation for him. If he wins the fight, boom, all-time great, top 10. If he loses the fight, $50 million in the bank. He don't lose. You know what I mean? This is a win-win situation for him.
But I trust Bud going into that fight because he's going to go up in there and try and win, unlike Jamel.
Well,
yeah, but it's all good and said until you get hit, bro. Like, everyone has a plan until they get punched.
Well, he got to hit him. Marco, what you going to say, bro?
I was gonna say, unfortunately, I think all this is in vain because they're not fighting. I don't think
they're not fighting. It's ridiculous to even talk about. I mean, this is not a fight that's gonna happen.
Canelo's not going to do it. Canelo won't do it. But you never know in the future.
Yeah. Marco, let them know how they can find you, good brother.
Marco Boxing. Marco, that's 3 underscores. 1, 2, 3 underscores. The word boxing. I'm on Instagram, has been doing quite well lately, and YouTube, and on TikTok. TikTok pays a little. I don't know if you do TikTok, Drew, but they do it. They pay a little.
I might head over there. I might.
Yeah.
Can't hurt. I do Twitter too. I don't know why, but I do it. So all those things.
I just got into Twitter.
Into Twitter?
Yeah, fuck Twitter. I'll never go over there. Yo, Xavier, man, salute to you, brother.
Thank you, brother. Thank you for having me on. I'm always happy to come on here and talk. I mean, we all have differences of opinion, but at the end of the day, it's okay. That's what makes the world go round.
No doubt, no doubt. And salute to my brother 503 Lion. Y'all make sure y'all go subscribe to the King. His one of his videos is pinned to the top. Click on that name, go to his channel, go subscribe, man. We putting in work. Oh shit, Thomas said Marco all over, but he didn't respond to the comments though.
Comments. The comments here.
The comments.
You know what it is? Thomas, if you said anything, I guess it's Drew's show, so I don't really, if it's my show, it's different. I'll respond better. I wasn't even really paying that much attention.
He's clowning, man. That's my
Is
guy.
that Thomas? Is that the Thomas DeMullen?
Yeah, he just called you a jerk face.
Yeah, he's always waiting for a dude to respond to him.
All right, fellas. Bear Cave tomorrow. Bear Cave tomorrow. Me and Act, we're gonna be cooking on some nerd shit. Bear Cave tomorrow, and I got something special for my boxing channel during the week, man. Y'all gonna see what I'm talking about, man. Salute to you guys, man. Much love and appreciation, man. And the general's on. Let's head over there. And I'll catch y'all on the rebound, man. Peace.
Move! Why are you gay?
Who says I'm gay?
You are gay.